Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in the United States, there are 50 states, and all of them have their own license plate. And in today's video, I will rank all 50 license plates from worst to best based on appearances. And I will also include DC and 5 inhabited territories, cause why not? So this video will be ranking 56 plates in total. Now obviously this is a subjective topic, and it is just my opinion, so if yours is different, feel free to comment it down below what you think, because I'm interested to see what others think. Anyways, this video will only include the currently used license plates, and will not include any special or customized plates. Anyways, let's get started with this list. So first up, in number 56, we have the worst plate in all of the US, Mississippi. Now, I didn't put Mississippi here on purpose, just so it could be at the bottom of another list. Mississippi, I actually think, has the worst plates in the whole country. It's just a white field with the state flower, the county name, and the word Mississippi at the top. Now, the license plate used to be a nice golden colour, but it was changed in favour of this white field. Next in number 55, we have the Northern Mariana Islands, the worst license plate out of all the territories. Now, the plate, it's just not centered. The icon in the center is not centered at all. And it's just a basic white field. So, that places it at number 55. Next in 54, we have Virginia. Now, Virginia, the plate, just a basic white field. And that slogan, Virginia for lovers, it's not a good slogan, so that just brings it down. And next in 53, we have Vermont. Now, the Vermont license plate, it's not too bad, but it looks too much like a highway sign. And it's very basic. So that places it at number 53. Next in 52, we have West Virginia. Now, the West Virginia license plate is pretty basic. I like the design, but it's not enough to place the license plate in a higher rank. Next we have Pennsylvania. Now, same as West Virginia, the plate isn't too bad, but there's just better ones, so that places it in a low spot. Now in number 50, we have Texas. Now Texas is low, because it's just extremely basic. Next we have Iowa. Now, the license plate doesn't look too bad, but it's way too corporate, which brings it down heavily. Next, we have Nebraska. Now, that artwork you see on the license plate is found in the Nebraska state capital. However, it doesn't match the license plate, as you can barely see it, and the text overlay just ruins it, which is why I put it so low. Now in 47th, we have the license plates of Tennessee. Now, I really can't say much about this other than I don't like that dark blue colour, which is why I put it so low. Up in 46, we have the license plates of Missouri. Now, I don't like that wavy texture that you can see at the top and bottom of the plates, and I think that red and blue colour is just too thin, and it looks strange, combined with that wavy texture. Now, in 45th, we have New York State and its license plates. Now, I like the license plate, but I just think there's better license plates, which is why I put it so low. Now in 44th, we have the license plates of Michigan. Now, I like the license plates of Michigan, but I think it looks a bit too corporate, which is why I put it this low. Next, we have Alabama. Now, just like Michigan, I think it looks good, but it's a little bit too corporate. Now in 42nd place, we have Indiana and its license plates. Now, I really like this license plate, but again, just like the last two, I think it's a bit too corporate. Now next we have the plates of South Carolina. Now, I actually quite like the plate of South Carolina, but I put it so low because of that white text. The white text, combined with that gradient, makes it really hard to read, which is why I put it so low. Next we have New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire, I like the green colour, it makes it stick out, but it's still pretty basic. Now in number 39, we have the license plates of Delaware. Now, I quite like the plate, I like the colour, it's a nice colour scheme, but I think it's a little bit too basic. Now in 38, we have the license plates of Alaska. Now just like Delaware, I like the colour scheme, but I think it's a little bit too basic, which is why it's so low. Next we have Colorado. Now, I like the Colorado license plate, but I think the colours are a little bit too dull, which is why I put it so low. However, I do like the picture of the mountain range that they used on the backdrop. Next we have Rhode Island. Now, I like the colour scheme of the Rhode Island license plate, but I think it's a little bit too basic, which is why I put it this low. Next in 35th, we have the license plates of New Jersey. Now, I would have put New Jersey license plates even lower if it wasn't for that gradient, with the gold and white. Now in number 34, we have Puerto Rico. Now the Puerto Rico license plate is pretty basic, however, I do like that illustration of the El Morro fort, which they included on the license plate. Next in 33rd place, we have the license plates of American Samoa. Now I like how they use a real image, however I don't like that illustration of the palm tree, as I believe it doesn't fit in with the photo. And I also don't like how the photo is not centered, which is why I put it this low. Next in 32nd place, we have the license plates of Kentucky. Now, I like everything about this license plate except for the fact that the state outline of Kentucky is to the left and not centered, and that is why I put it this low. Next in 31st place, we have the license plates of Guam. Now, I like the Guam license plates, however, I think it's a bit too basic, which is why I put it at 31st place. Next in 30th place, we have the license plates of California. Now, if it wasn't for that red text in the font, I would have put it much lower. However, the red text in the font does make it more unique, which is why I put it at 30th place. Now in number 29, we have the license plates of Montana. Now, I really like the Montana license plate. You got the state outline, the Rocky Mountains, and you got the word Montana, as well as the numbers. Now, the only thing I don't like about the plate is the colour scheme. I think the colours are a bit too dull, and I don't really like the yellow with the blue. Next in 28th place, we have the license plates of Arkansas. Now I quite like the Arkansas license plate with the diamond in the middle, which is supposed to represent the public diamond mine which is in Arkansas. However, I don't really like the colour scheme as I think it's a little bit too dull. Next in 27th place, we have the license plates of Wisconsin. Now the Wisconsin license plate has a nice layout, with the text at the top, numbers in the middle, and the slogan at the bottom. However, I would have put it a little bit higher if the word Wisconsin was centered. Next we have the license plates of Ohio. Now I quite like this license plate of Ohio. I think it's pretty representative of the state. You got the airplane which represents the Wright brothers from Dayton. You got farmlands which represents some of the rural areas of the state. And you have the skyline which represents the major cities in the state. And I also really like the colour. It ties in the license plate very nicely. However, I do think it looks a little bit too corporate, which is why I put it around the middle. Next in 25, we have North Carolina and its license plates. Now I like this license plate's colours, and I think it's got a good contrast. However, I do not like the light blue grass and the blue airplane, as I think it makes the text hard to read, which brings it down a little bit. However, it's still a good license plate, which is why I put it at number 25. Next in 24, we have Florida. Now, I like how the Florida license plate uses the colour green, has a picture of oranges, and the Florida state outline. However, I think the myflorida.com link ruins it a little bit, which is why I put it a little bit lower at number 24. Next in number 23, we have the state of Georgia and its license plates. I really like how the Georgia license plate has a peach orchard background and the peaches in the corners. However, I don't like how the registration date sticker and the county sticker blocks off a lot of the backdrop, so I put it at number 23. Nevertheless, it's still a good license plate. Next in number 22, we have the license plates of Oklahoma. While a little bit basic, I do like how there's a picture of a bird on the license plate, which does make the license plate quite unique, and which is why I place it at number 22. Next in 21, we have the license plates of Washington DC. Now, although it's very basic, I do really like that colour scheme. That blue and red looks really nice together, so that is why I put it at number 21. And I also like how it says taxation without representation on the plate, in reference to Washington DC residents not being able to vote in Congress, although paying taxes. Next in number 20, we have the license plates of Minnesota. Now this is a really good one. I like that cyan color. I like how it says 10,000 lakes in reference to the multitude of lakes in the state. And I like how there's a state outline in the middle of the license plate. Very nice plate, Minnesota. However, I put it at number 20 as I still think there's way better license plates. Next in 19, we have the license plates of Washington State. Now, I like how the Washington license plate has a picture of what I believe is Mount Rainier in the background, which I think makes it look really unique. So good job, Washington State. Next in number 18, we have the license plates of Illinois. Now, the license plate of Illinois has a lot of references to the state of Illinois, including the Chicago skyline, Illinois State Capitol, and Abraham Lincoln, who lived in the state for a large portion of his life. Now, overall, it's a really nice license plate. The text contrasts well with the colors, so overall good job, Illinois. However, I still think there's better license plates, which is why I put it at number 18. Next in number 17, we have Louisiana and its license plates. I really like the license plate. It's got a pelican, which is the state bird, and I like that gradient with the orange and the white. I also like the text Louisiana in the color red in that font. Makes it stand out very well, so good job, Louisiana. Next in number 16, we have the license plates of Maine. Now the license plates of Maine is a really nice one. It's got a picture of a forest, which is representative of the state as it is mostly covered by forests. I also like that picture of the bird in the tree on the left of the plate. So overall, good license plate. Next in number 15, we have the license plates of Kansas. Now I really like how the license plates of Kansas is pretty basic, but not too basic. It's got a nice gradient from the yellow to the light blue, and it has a nice contrast with the text. And also I like how there's an illustration of the Kansas State Capitol in the bottom left. Next in number 14, we have the state of Oregon and its license plates. Now it's a very nice license plate, the colors are very nice, and I like that picture of the fir tree in the middle, which is also the state tree of Oregon. Next in 13, we have the state of Massachusetts and its license plate. Now the state has a very basic license plate, but I think it looks really good. I just really like that light blue, and the red color looks really nice, which is why I put it at number 13. Next in number 12, we have the license plates of Hawaii. Now the Hawaii license plate is very unique. There's no other plates like it in the US. It's got a picture of a rainbow, and although it is a bit basic, it is unique, so that's why I put it at number 12. Next in number 11, we have Maryland and its license plates. Now Maryland has probably one of the most unique flags in the whole country, and the Maryland license plates features that flag. Now the flag looks very nice, and on the license plate it looks even better, so that's why I put it at number 11. Very nice license plate. Now we're entering the top 10 best license plates in the country, with Connecticut. Now the license plate is extremely basic, however that is such a nice gradient, the light blue to the white. I think it looks really nice, and I think it's got a good contrast between the text and the gradient in the background. And that's all I can really say about it, but it's a good license plate, putting it at number 10. Next in number 9, we have the US Virgin Islands and its license plates. Now the US Virgin Islands features a map of the territory in orange, and it's surrounded by a blue contrasting field, which I think looks really good and unique, so that is why I put it at number 9, because of its contrasting colours and its uniqueness. Next in number 8, we have the license plates of Idaho. Now I think the license plate of Idaho is very unique. It's got a picture of the Rockies. At the bottom you got a picture of the forests which line Idaho, and then at the top you got a red gradient with the word Scenic Idaho, and at the bottom you have the phrase famous potatoes, which is obviously in reference to the state's reputation for potatoes. Now combined, this creates the incredible license plate that Idaho has, putting it at number 8. Now in number 7, we have the license plates of North Dakota. Now the North Dakota license plate is very unique. You got a picture of the landscape with a sunrise, and you got a buffalo in the bottom corner. Now not only is this license plate very unique, but it's also got a very nice colour scheme, which is why I placed it at number 7. Next in 6th place, we have the license plates of Nevada. Now Nevada has a very unique and colourful license plate. The mountains at the bottom looks like a mosaic, it looks lovely. And with that blue backdrop, it just looks really nice combined. So good job Nevada, 6th place. Next we have the license plates of Wyoming. Now the Wyoming license plate I think looks really cool. I like how they use a real image of the Rocky Mountains, and I like how they have a picture of a cowboy on the license plate. Makes it look really good, so good job Wyoming, 5th place. Next in number 4, we have the license plates of South Dakota. Now South Dakota has a really nice illustration of Mount Rushmore as the backdrop, and I like that font with South Dakota at the top. So good job South Dakota. Next in number 3, we have the license plates of New Mexico. Now I really like how the New Mexico license plate is yellow, and it also has elements of Mexican art on it. Now combined, that creates an extremely nice and unique license plate, and the 3rd best license plate in all of the United States. Next in 2nd, we have the 2nd best license plate in all of the US, Arizona's license plate. Now I think Arizona has a very unique license plate. It's quite colourful, and I really like the design. At the front of the license plate, or in the foreground, there's a purple silhouette which represents the Sonoran Desert, and in the backdrop it's a lovely gradient with a sunset. Now I think Arizona has a really great license plate, so 2nd place. And now in number 1, we have the best license plate in all of the United States, Utah. Now I really just like the Utah license plate. It just looks lovely. That rock formation, it looks really good, and it's representative of the Great Basin Desert which Utah is located in. So overall, extremely nice license plate, best in the whole country. Good job Utah. Now that is it for this video. And before I end this video, I'm going to quickly show you all a tier list that I made on all the license plates, which is what I based my list off. Anyways, that is the end of this video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this content, and thank you for watching. Feel free to watch one of my other videos on the screen right now.